Yes, everybody, as somebody said, personal hero of theirs. We've got the legendary Mr. Billy West on the phone this morning. Billy, good morning, sir.
Good, how you doing?
I'm pretty dang good. I feel like I shouldn't call you Billy. Billy just makes it sound like we're friends. Like, I feel like with your, career, I should call you Mr. West.
Well, there's something inherently wrong about a 60-year-old being called Billy, But that's okay.
It works for you. You have been, I was just trying to explain to people the voices you've done. You've been around for a while, and what was your first voice gig? Like, how'd you get into this business?
Well, I was a musician for years, and, not only playing music and singing, but just traveling all over the place and chasing it down, like everybody else. And, on stage, if you broke a string or an amp blew up or something, I had to just get out there and do something. I couldn't just stand people sitting there glaring at us, So I would just start screwing around with voices and doing routines, and, a lot came out of that. And I realized that people kind of enjoyed that. And, so I was doing stand-up comedy in the 70s at some point, and, I just, nobody told me you had to have an act, and I was out of my mind, I just throw stuff against the wall and see what's stuck. But I get into radio at that time, 1980.
What a mistake. What a mistake, huh? Isn't that a huge mistake? I'm sure we all think that. It's a great idea.
No, it was great because radio back then, especially on FM, it was still free form.
Oh.
Where you could actually choose what your programming was going to be, put it into the hands of the creative people.
That would be amazing.
It was great because I could do anything I wanted. If I came in the morning, stumbled in, and it's like you got to have something going, I would sit down and just write some whacked out bit that came out of nowhere and do the voices for it and produce it and then get it on the air. And there was, something really fulfilling about that. There weren't any comedy services, the comedy was you. You had to go in there and think of something.
Exactly, yeah. There's no people shipping off fake phone calls to you or anything like that. You got to do it yourself.
Yeah. Today we're talking to George Washington.
Yeah. Exactly. And Futurama, we got to mention before we get back to, because you got so many stories here and stuff. I want to let people know, Futurama, you're the voice of essentially every character on the show. How many do you do?
Well, I'm Philip J. Fry, 25-year-old pizza delivery boy, and greetings from the year 3000. It still sucks. And Professor Hubert J. Farnsworth, the 147-year-old mummy that farts dust. Ooh, fuff.
Okay.
And Zap Brannigan, Kiff, alert the men. I've made it with a woman.
Excellent.
And Zoidberg, young lady, bring me a sandwich from the dumpster and leave the nuggets on it.
There we go. It premieres this season 7, by the way, on Wednesday. I'm sure our Futurama fans are just going crazy right now. Like, this is the craziest thing ever from my childhood. That's what's cool for you. Like, what a cool career. Any child or any young person in your life, you've had such a long career that anybody's got something that they can connect with. For me, it's Stimpy and it's Doug. Those are the two from my childhood that it's like huge parts of my childhood, both of them.
It's so crazy. You talk about, the kids go crazy and all that. Well, I'm meeting kids that are now in their 20s that I met when they were 7.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because, back when if I would have met you when I was a kid and you were Doug, I would have been super, excited. And, now, it's like I'm almost 30 and I'm excited I'm talking to the dude that's Doug. Oh,
man, it's crazy, huh?
Yeah, we do we sometimes do that theme song. Like, we'll just sing it, like, as the dee-dee-dee-dee, just for fun,
right.
like, as a throwback.
The Nickelodeon Doug.
Yeah, the good Doug.
I didn't do the Disney one.
Yeah, the good Doug. Let's get that straight. And then Stimpy, that's still, Ren and Stimpy's got, like, a weird cult following, too. It's like all the stuff that you do gets these, like, it's really, really well received, whether it's like on a big scale or just like underground. Like, it all has huge followings. So have you ever done anything really crappy? Like, do you take any gig, or are you at the point where you're only taking gigs that are good?
Well, it's easy. If you have some track record of like really good successes as far as cartoons go, you can, finesse the fact, hey, look, I just don't do stuff that sucks. But you have to be lucky enough to have a few, good ones under your belt.
Yeah.
But it's probably why I didn't do the new Ren and Stimpy,
Yeah, you just passed on it. Exactly, yeah. I've been at this a long while. Somebody on our text line here says, I still have my Stimpy stuffed animal from when I was 8. I'm 25 now, and it still farts.
It does?
That's impressive. That's many, many years of solid farting out of a Stimpy stuffed animal.
Yeah, that really is something that you can hang on to for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
like a car that won't die, I guess.
Exactly. Somebody's going to sell that someday for just millions of dollars at some big celebrity auction.
Or just a fart. Just sell jars to people.
Exactly. A jar of farts from a old Stimpy doll. Are you friends?
Right now on eBay, $29.99.
Go get it. Buy it now.
And I autographed it.
We've had Tom Kenny on the show quite a few times, and he's got kind of a similar career. Are you and Tom, are you guys like rivals, or are you guys like best buddies?
No, we're best pals. I love Tom. I think he's just great. He just knocks me out when he does anything, and it's refreshing to hear his what he brings to the characters. And are you kidding me? That guys like him keep the bar off the ground. And
he's
boy, do I love that. Because we sit here and we go, we got to really, really apply ourselves to make sure that we do stuff that appeals to people. Because we're not pre-sold. We're not celebrities. And, somebody like Chris Rock saying, it's easy to do voices. If you're afforded the luxury of being who and what you are, and the character already looks like you, and they say, who will we get? Yeah, you go in there and you be who and exactly what you are, and he'd never be able to make a living in voiceover doing cartoons. He couldn't.
Exactly.
And none of them really could, except unless they get stunt casted over and over again because of their celebrity. But when I was growing up, my heroes weren't celebrities. My heroes were artists.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to add. I just thought of that as you were kind of explaining your answer there. Tom Kenny, who, if people don't know, is SpongeBob. That's his big character. But he's kind of like you, where he's bouncing around from studio to studio every day doing all these different voices. Like, do you guys that are the true voice talents that, like, you're there because your voice is a talent, not because people are like, oh, it's Billy West, let's put him in. Are you guys upset with the fact that the new trend seems to be in animation, the bigger the name, the better? It doesn't matter what your voice is like or how talented you are as a voice actor. They're wanting celebrities now for their names to be a part of these films. Like, is that upsetting to you, true voice artists, or is it kind of just like, whatever, I've made my money, screw
it? No, it kind of stings in a way because, none of us really get to be in those animated features. Like we were redheaded bastard stepchildren or something. My problem with it is when these people's names don't mean anything and nobody gives a dismal damn who they were, because time does go by pretty fast. Mm-hmm. People are going to watch those movies and go, what, they spent $1 zillion on visuals. What's with the voices,
Yeah.
And as long as celebrities do voices, to me, as far as the cartoon universe is concerned, that bar is laying on the ground. No one can ever raise the bar because you can't. You don't want to lose your star system.
Exactly. It's a good explanation there. Before we go, somebody said, Billy, you're a hero of mine alongside Steve Bloom, who's done many video game voices. I wanted to voice act since I was a kid. How do you get into the business? Is there a quick answer or just lucky?
A quick answer is that I was a freak, and I had no idea what I was going to do in my life, really. And it's something that grabs you and takes you with it. It's almost like you don't have anything to say about it. Mm-hmm. It chooses you. But when it does, you got to go get like a voice demo done somewhere in a studio. Most studios know how to do them and make you sound half decent.
Yep.
And then if you're happy with it and you can perform, and I'd try to take an acting class or something.
Yeah, and get some basic character stuff down, throw down a demo tape, and send
it out. Training a little bit, and then you got to find an agent that will listen to your tape, and if they like it and they figure they can send you on auditions, they'll sign you, and then you're off to the races. And you take a lot of chances. It's risky, because you're going into a business of 90% unemployment, and your job is looking for work. But that sounds like the rest of America.
Exactly. I was just going to say, it sounds a little bit like radio. But before we go, Billy, one last request. Somebody said, will Billy please do his Stimpy laugh over the air?
Well, there's so many of them. I mean,
it's the psychotic one. They said
I think they're probably talking about the one.
That probably is the one they're looking for. The legendary Billy West. It's such a treat to talk to you, Billy. Thank you so much for taking the time for us.
Yeah, thanks for having having me on. I appreciate it.
Much luck in the future. As always, you've got plenty of it. But Season 7 this Wednesday, Futurama. Check out Billy doing all his voices there. Billy West, thanks again, and have a great morning, sir.
Thanks, you too.
All right, bye-bye.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.